Welcome back to the Reality Guys. I'm your host Brian, and today I'm joined by a special guest, Jami from MILF Manor Season 2. Jami, how are you?
Hi, I'm great. How are you?
Good. I'm really actually glad you reached out to me because I know you saw in our review, we kind of live near each other. So I was super excited when I heard Bucks County. My ears kind of perked up when I heard on the show. I actually live in Chester County currently, but I used to live in Montgomery County.
Oh,
So
that's so
just
funny.
yeah, I grew up in Collegeville.
Oh, okay.
So now I
People
actually live
were
in
sending
West
these
Chester.
podcasts, and I was enjoying listening to them. And
Mhm.
then when I heard that, I was like, I actually thought you were really close to me. You're not as close as I thought.
Yeah, we're kind of close, but I mean, Bucks County is not like terribly far away, but
True.
hey, like a lot of people we talk to, usually they're in like different states. So when
I
somebody's like
know.
in, not in, like I know on a map where you are, kind
Yes.
of specifically, I kind of got excited. So I was not expecting it. So I was really excited. And when you reached out, I was like even more excited. So really happy to have you.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here. This is
But
my first podcast.
this is your first? Oh,
Yes.
nice.
So I was wearing my shirt.
Nice, nice, nice. So tell me a little bit about yourself. So how did you like find the how did you honestly apply to MILF Manor and like any like history with seeing the first season or and just about yourself?
Okay, I have a friend who I went to college with who was in the entertainment industry, and she has been asking me to be on a reality show for about 20 years, and I always said no. And then I finally decided to say yes. And um, my kids are older. Everybody gave me the A-OK, and I found myself on MILF Manor.
And did you know that you were actually applying for that show, or was it kind of just a dating show?
Oh, the name was not determined,
Okay.
and I did not find out about the name until I was there. And I had a choice whether I stay or go. And I decided I'm going to embrace it and make it work for me. And that is what I did.
So had you seen season one before when you found out what it actually was?
I did not.
Okay, wow. Okay.
Believe it or not, I'm not a reality show person,
Okay.
but I had a really big crash course, and now I'm a very big reality person.
Cool.
So I did not, I didn't even know there was a season one when we started, and then I learned all about it.
Have you watched it since?
I haven't watched season one. I've seen clips.
Okay, it's I mean very different honestly from this season to last season. So I could if you didn't know, I knew there was a couple people, I think some of your castmates like kind of made references to it. So I wasn't sure if everyone kind of was aware of like, oh, this could potentially happen. So I do like this the switch up this season. I know there's more twists to come, which we're kind of excited about. We've done some guessing like what we think it actually could be, but we're excited to see. But what was your impression when you saw it was younger guys, and then when you found out that the dads were also coming as well?
To be honest, when the guys came off the boat, we were like, yay, can't wait to see what's coming.
Mhm.
And when I saw they were the same age as my children, I think I definitely was a little, shocked because it is a reality show. It's not scripted,
Mhm.
and all of our reactions are genuine. So was, I felt like I was looking at my kids coming, and I was a little like, okay. And, but the guys are in their own right. They're not my kids. So
Right.
they were, amazing. But it was hard for me to actually look at them like somebody that I could actually potentially be with,
Mhm.
because that wasn't exactly the direction I was going.
Right.
But the guys are amazing, and a lot of fun things happened on the show with them.
Nice, nice, nice. So, and do you keep in touch with anybody? Are you still friends with people? Things like that.
Oh yeah, everybody. Well, who knows if anything,
Right.
came of it, but
Right.
everybody, we have a lot of chats going on and a lot of social media things, and we're
Mhm.
all trying to be supportive of each other's journey. And yeah, so we are all in contact with each other. It's actually amazing.
That's cool. Yeah, I know. Like so, being able to actually talk to each other because like being on the internet, anyone can come after you, and I know people
Oh
can.
yeah.
It's good to have like nice little support system where you guys can like be like, hey, like this is what's going on, and nice to just bounce ideas off everyone. So that's good. I'm glad that you guys are actually still being like cordial and talking. That's makes the show probably fun to rewatch back. Where hopefully there's not a lot of bad blood that maybe we haven't seen yet, but
Oh,
the
yeah,
previews definitely look like it
there
happened.
is.
But I haven't seen anything happen with you yet, so that's why I mean more in that.
Oh, I know. I'm very interesting on the show. I've been enjoying watching myself because
Mhm.
I'm a very outgoing person, but I definitely am the quieter one in the gang.
Right. Yeah, so far, especially I rewatched both episodes today just to kind of get a
Yeah,
refresher on the show. But just so far, really, it's been Crystal versus Barbie. So, but I mean,
right,
that's why I asked about but your next week looks like you have some stuff going on. So it's good to see not just focusing on two people out of the six. So that's
right. I know. I was like, does anybody care I have a secret?
yeah, right. Because I was like, oh, I need to just remember some of the things she says. If she dropped any like nuggets about herself that I'll write down. And then I was like, man, she's not really not hasn't been on screen that much. Because like
I know.
some people had like they went on their dates because you didn't win any of the dates, so that kind of canceled some of it out. And then you went on the group date, and then the stuff happened. So it's kind of like you got shadowed there as well. But
I know.
I
I
know.
swear Joey and I won that maple syrup contest.
Yeah.
Like Joey and I were like, we won, but I guess we didn't.
How was that? How was the cleanup of that? That's what we were thinking about a lot. It's like the cleanup of that must have been pretty terrible.
Oh my God. Well, first of all, there was so much maple syrup and there were a lot of bees, and some of the
Wow.
guys got stung. Like Chris, I think he got stung maybe 5 times. It
Really?
was, and being a mom, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
can I help you?
Uh-huh.
And everyone's like, that's not, we don't need you to be mom now. But we actually, a lot of us, we jumped right in the water, and
Okay.
it was a very easy cleanup jumping in the water lake that was at the manor.
Nice. Yeah, because definitely the difference from last season, it was like in a tropical place. I kind of like the setup now. I think like living in that nice big mansion, it looks
Yeah.
cool. I mean, we haven't seen a ton of it, but as a viewer, we haven't seen it. I'm sure you obviously know all about it, but it definitely
Yeah.
looks nicer. I think that the ups this season, I'm liking this season a lot more than I like season one.
Aw,
Yeah.
yay. Well, like you did a little research on me. I actually watched your podcast and I saw what you were saying that you were enjoying it. And
Mhm.
there's so many more twists and turns to come. So,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
what I'm kind of excited for. I think the people so far on this season, like they just seem like more relatable. I just felt like last season, it just was also way more of a weird situation last season
I
than this season. Like
know.
it's the guys and the dads coming in. It's definitely weird, but last season, just like yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
but that's hey, it was entertaining. We enjoyed watching it every Sunday. It was definitely entertaining.
Oh, I know. I mean, before our show came out, everybody thought our show was just like season one. So,
Mhm.
and I knew it wasn't, and we have Hush Hush. So it was very interesting trying to navigate that because
Yeah, right.
people were like, "Are your kids on the show?" And I was just like,
Because you mentioned your son, you made the funny comment where like my son's gonna laugh like make fun of me for this the maple syrup challenge. So I'm sure if he's especially in
"Oh no!"
that
I
age
actually
range.
said my son was going to get, made
Yeah,
slammed in his
yeah.
fraternity, and
How
he
have
was
they
going to.
have they handled it okay?
Everybody handled it really great.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Yeah,
How long were you actually
it's
there?
definitely an awkward situation.
Yeah, how long were you guys there?
Filming was, I mean, around 3 weeks.
3 weeks? Okay. Yeah, because it's hard to tell like when we're watching it, like the first two episodes, like that could have been like 2 days, 3 days to us, but maybe I didn't know for you guys, maybe you guys been there for a week, kind of get like situated, things like that. That's
Oh
all.
no, we were thrust right into it.
Okay.
Second day came off that boat. Let's go get the suits and maple syrup. Like, okay. And having Joey as my partner, it was great because I was like, okay, this is what we're doing, and we're gonna win.
Was there
We're
anything
on the
so
same page.
like we know since like what we saw in episode two, is there anything that like wasn't shown that like other dates or like you know how I don't remember who went on the pool date, but like did anybody else like go on individual dates that maybe just weren't shown in that time period?
I'm sure. I just think that there's 12 episodes, so
Okay. A
will be episode three, so they're gonna have a lot of
lot more
time to
opportunities.
put all of the other things that transpired. And I can't wait to see because we
Yeah.
we don't see. We see it when you guys see it.
Right.
So
Um
it's really been fun.
mhm. The striptease. Did the dads really win, or was it just for like you want to just see go on a date with them and see what they're really all about?
I mean, I voted for both groups because I thought they both did such a good job.
Yeah.
And the costumes, I know you were saying you wanted to get a hat.
Yeah, I like the costumes. I thought both of them were really cool and original and like whatever it is. I was looking online, obviously they're probably not gonna be out there, but I will do whatever I can to get some of that merchandise.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think you could probably find it at the Halloween store, but
Oh,
don't.
really? You guys didn't like custom make those?
I really don't know.
Okay.
I don't know, but they were
Mm,
really funny what they said. And when that whole scene happened, I mean, being on a reality show is definitely a very unique experience that most don't go through.
right.
But I'm so happy I did it and grateful, and the memories are priceless. And it's not just the cast that is doing the work; it's the crew behind it, and everybody's counting on us to make a good show. And so it was just a lot of interesting moving parts that you
Mhm.
don't realize go on in a reality show. But to answer your question, when they did come out for the striptease, I was looking at the younger guys, and they were like, yeah,
Yeah.
like they were like comfortable, let's go. But then the dads were like, am I gonna, is this gonna hurt my career? Is this gonna
Right.
be like I'm a dad? Like, so it was definitely interesting watching the two teams, and but everybody embraced it.
Yeah, because it's definitely different for definitely the younger guys. Like they're still building something, but I could totally relate with the what you
Yeah.
said about the dads. Like it's like, oh man, like what's because again, like you said, you didn't know what show you're on. I'm sure they didn't know that their sons were going to be there. I mean, that's what makes a show when
Oh
you
my
the reveal
God.
happens. Like just because
I
you like you said, the
know.
show is genuine. Like I think when Joey that face Joey made when he saw them walk through the door, I don't think you can make that up.
Right. It's true. Everybody's like, oh, is it scripted? And they tell
Mhm.
you, and you can't we're not actors, we're
Right.
people like you. And we just went and we're in this crazy experience. So we're just like, and I mean, I'm like the queen of faces in my part. I'm and people that know me are like, Jamie, you're making so many faces. And because it's like,
Mhm.
just like, you don't even, you're like, it's just
Right.
a
You don't know what to
flash.
do.
It's like, it's crazy.
So you mentioned people back home. So like since the show is on, are people watching it like not even just your friends and like people you are close with, but like strangers? Has anybody come up to you and be like, "Hey, I saw you on the show"?
Yes, that has been the weirdest thing because I was in Florida
Okay.
and I live in Pennsylvania, and I was wearing my cowboy hat that I wore in the maple syrup, which I got. I didn't know what we were doing, and I put my hair
Mhm.
under it, and then a little bit of maple syrup got on the back. But I was wearing the cowboy hat, and I was sitting at lunch, and somebody said, "You look familiar. I recognize your hat." I was like, waiting for it. And then she was like, were you just on MILF Manor on Sunday? I was just like, yes, I was. I was like, I don't even know what to say. Like, yeah, like, so I thought it's fun. It's funny.
Yeah.
And in my town, I went to Starbucks and then I was just like, my name's Jamie.
Uh,
And she was just like, are you on a TV show? And so, yeah, that's happening. But I'm kind of surprised because of my quiet manner of being myself on the show. Because usually I'm not that quiet, but I definitely took on a quieter role. And
mhm.
the people that know me are just like, we never saw you like that. But it was situational situation.
Yeah, because there's a lot more loud personalities in the house that even if
Yeah.
you have a loud personality, they're outweighing it at the moment. Like what you just said about somebody noticing in Florida, TLC has a very strong fan base on a lot of their shows. They're very active. It's so not totally surprised, but like Florida, I'm surprised that somebody down there like immediately picked you up. But like I didn't know if people now do like they're seeing you all the time. Like, hey, seen her around town, and then they finally see you. But like somebody in Florida, that's kind of crazy.
I know the press, I mean, they're doing a great job marketing, and I cannot believe the reach that it's international. We have our two English guys, and
Yeah,
it's international. I think season one was just in the
yeah,
country,
strictly
but
Italy. Yeah,
now it's international. So there's been a lot of stuff going on in other countries. So
yeah. And I actually opened up HBO Max last night, and it was like the first show down on like, hey, we recommend this for you. So I don't know if that's just because we watch a lot of reality TV, but to
probably.
see it on HBO Max like up in front, I was also very surprised, like what you said about the marketing. So
I know. Good job,
yeah,
TLC.
they're doing a good job. When we did the show last season, we were like, we don't know if like people are actually going to watch this show, but we actually got a lot of engagement with that. And I don't know if it was because we were the only page covering it, but we had a ton of engagement in it. We're like, hey, when we didn't, because they never said like, hey, it's coming back. It's just like, here it is, and we're like, oh wow, this is really exciting because we did enjoy it. Fun show.
Well, with you, I reached out only because I literally thought you were 10 minutes from where I live.
Right.
But with other podcasts and interviews, they're reaching out to us. So we're all
Okay.
getting press that they're coming out of the woodwork, and it's just like very interesting. I'm like, all of a sudden you become a reality star. I'm like, I'm
Right.
just me, like mom, be,
You,
mom me.
you literally beat me by like 2 days. I was like, I'm gonna message probably later this week. I just had a lot going on. And then I got that email when I was working. I was like, oh, here we go. It's nice.
I know I've been literally up. I need to get some sleep, but it's just so crazy.
Hmm. Hmm.
I'm like really enjoying it. I'm laughing. It's just so funny because, to
Yeah.
be honest, I'm trying to also put a spin on MILF because it has a negative connotation, of course. And
Hmm.
for me, I'm trying to make it a mother I like to friend because I am a really good mom and I'm very respectful. And I have my adult children
Hmm.
that I talk to about this, and it's like a lot of people have slammed me publicly, and the people that know me are defending me. And the thing that's so weird is I'm not even I don't I'm really not affected by it. I think it's actually hilarious because it's so opposite of what is real in my life. But I do know going on a show called MILF Manor, I'm asking for it, so I can't. How could I be upset?
Right.
But then when people are like, "Oh yeah," da, 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 and then people that are defending me are coming, I'm just like, so what I've noticed is I am a really nice person and I don't really fight with people, and which you'll see on the show.
Hmm.
And I just am more kill 'em with kindness. So when I'm engaging at times, and I do it in a kind way, I'm getting slammed publicly, but then privately in my DMs, the same exact people are, I'm so sorry. I don't, you seem like a really nice person, and I don't even know you. And it's just interesting that publicly they're saying one thing, but then privately they're trying to friend me and saying nice things. It's just like, so my message is like less judgment, more kindness. That's what I'm going for.
Right. Because so is this happening from episode one to episode two, or like is like just you being on the show yourself?
Oh, even before the show came out,
Oh,
like
okay.
when
So
the
once
press
it was announced
started.
that you were like pictures of
For
you
a
went up.
month.
Okay.
Yeah, like for a month, the TLC put out the
Yeah.
promo,
Yep.
and everybody thought it was like season one. So,
Okay. I mean, the internet is a terrible place, all in all. I mean, they're keyboard warriors. They're gonna come after you.
I have had a crash course in everything,
Mhm.
everything. And but I'm embracing it because it's a different reality, you know?
Mhm. We always say once you have haters, that means you made it. When people are like actively coming after you and you didn't really do anything, they're just like making fun of the way you look, the way you talk, the way you say words, you're blinking too much, like stupid, the
I
way my
know.
shirt is hanging on my body. Like that means they're watching you, you're engaging with you. That means you made it. So that's what we
Yeah,
that's the way
I
we
know.
always.
I feel like I am a speech pathologist and I help people speak. But what
Mhm.
I've actually noticed is I have a tiny list, and I've been seeing it on TV and in the
Mhm.
interviews. So it's something that now I'm actually working on myself, and I don't think I would have seen it before because it's just I don't know. It's just there's a lot of I'm actually personally growing as a person,
Mhm.
and all because of MILF Manor. Who would have thought?
Yeah, right. And you're also you're your own biggest critic. Like you're saying, I never even noticed any of those things that you said about yourself based off of what we've seen on TV. So is that your main job? I thought you did like you were like a fitness instructor. That's what you came. I thought you said on the show.
I know because I work with children. I'm a reading
Okay.
specialist. Do you think that's what's more, and I am a fitness instructor. I teach one dance class a week. I'm going to be
Okay.
52 in the end of May.
Okay.
Um, and so I teach a dance class, and that is something that I do in addition to my professional life.
Hmm.
So, but when, Barbie said to me in scene one, hi, how do you get your arms? And I said, I'm a
Right.
fitness instructor. Then I
Okay.
became a fitness instructor. But
Right.
nobody was like, so, can you teach me how to read or spell or write or talk? So that just never came out.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we wouldn't judge anybody on their jobs. I mean,
Oh,
it's
of course.
yeah. But it is funny, like once you say something on a reality TV show, they kind of like plug your name and then there's like a description of what you said or something, making like kind of poking a jab at you sometimes. So it is funny that you said that and that's what it's running with now.
Oh, I know because where I teach the one class, they're like, so you're a big fitness
Right.
instructor
There you
expert.
go. They're gonna book you like every day of the week. Have
I
two
know
jobs.
it's honestly, I'm having a blast.
That's awesome. I'm glad to hear that. Because sometimes we've actually talked to people on other shows where like they got a lot of backlash, and they're like, we're going through it, and like we were gonna ask them some not tough questions about them, but like on the show, we're like, we're not even gonna ask them because it looks like they're getting like so much hate on social media. It's like not even worth it to even ask them a question that they could give an answer that people can even come after them even more. So it's good that
I
you're having a better experience and you're taking it well that you're the way you're getting the criticism.
Right. And I mean, I'm really proud of the other girls because, with all the drama that girls go
Right.
through and the hate that they're getting, especially Barbie and Crystal, everybody's handling themselves accordingly. We're still humans
Mhm.
but everybody is doing their best. The world's crazy, right? So
Very crazy.
doing our best as parents and people.
Right. And that scene that you're talking about, when there's alcohol involved, you got to take it with a grain of salt there. They're just having an argument, I'm sure. Hopefully, I'm
Yeah,
hoping they patch it up. I'm hoping they patch it up.
we will
That's my hope.
see.
Anything else? I don't want to keep you all night, but like, is there anything else you want to plug or anything you got going on in the future that you want to talk about?
I mean, I don't really have anything to plug except my tagline is Mom, I liked friend. And I am going with less judgment, more kindness. I think because I have always been judged because I am who I am, which is whatever. And but I've always been like a mother above all. And for example, I worked at a day camp and I wore wedge flip flops just because I'm short and I
Mhm.
wore wedge flip flops. And I was working in the art department. And that when I walked in and I worked there because my three kids went there and I wanted to be able to experience this with them. And they were like, oh, Barbie's here. She's not going to be and like judgment, everybody has judgment, right?
Mhm.
And then there was some bat, I know this is not the story you thought you were going to get, but there was some bat
Okay.
poop and they were like, oh, somebody's cleaned up the bat poop. So I was just like, I knew if I cleaned it, it would exonerate me.
Right.
So I was like, I got it. And then I cleaned it, and then that was it. They didn't call me Barbie anymore. And, so I've always tried to prove, I've always had to, for some reason, prove that I can take care of myself as a mom
Mhm.
and still be a great mom. And it doesn't mean I'm selfish just because I go to the gym or I get
Right.
my hair done, and I still have real issues in my life and nothing's perfect at all just because everybody thinks it is. I did have two divorces, and that's not an easy thing to navigate.
Right.
But ultimately, I feel for me personally, I am able to finally be myself and say my message. And a lot of people that might never have heard are hearing. So I'm trying to, a lot of people have called me. I mean, all of our messages and inboxes are going crazy. But wow, I don't really know you, but would like to talk to you. And how did you go through two divorces and always look positive and blah, 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 blah. Well, I
Right.
did a lot of work. What didn't just come.
Mhm.
And I'm very proud of the work. And then all of a sudden I went on a dating reality show named To Be Determined. And who would have ever thought? So now I have to have a new set of challenges to defend, but I'm trying, so I'm doing that. And every day, one day at a time, but I don't know. So just more kindness, be kind. Everybody has a story. You don't know the background just because everything looks great or perfect, the smile. But there's a lot of work that goes on behind everybody, and you just really don't know what somebody else is going through. And that is why I'm usually Switzerland, which is probably why my role on the show has been a little more background.
Reserved for now.
For now,
Yeah, that was well said though. But yeah, thank you for sharing that. And I can't wait to see more of you on the show. We're excited about it. Bill and I are very excited. We love the show.
thank you. Thank
I
you
think,
so much. Really nice to meet you.
yeah, nice to meet you. Really appreciate you giving the time here to talk about you and your time on the show. So I want to thank everyone for watching and make sure to check out Jamie on Sunday nights at 10 on TLC. So we still have 10 more episodes, 10 more weeks. So we're excited.
You do.
Yeah, how the
And
it turns out. Yeah,
Mother's Day is on Sunday,
that's
and that
right.
I know for a fact because we, get little tidbits. That is going to be an amazing episode.
Oh, this coming week?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, good.
Even though
Good.
it's Mother's Day. So my
Yeah,
kids, I'm like, guys, Mother's Day is ending at 10. We're going to be
we're gonna be
doing
watching.
what I want, which is watching TLC MILF Manor.
Right, right. Awesome, awesome. Good to know. I'm glad to know the episode's gonna be good. So thanks everybody for watching. Make sure to check out Jamie and check out all of the things we got going on. So appreciate you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Bye.